Well, as we've been reporting here on More, Angelina Jolie has undergone a double mastectomy after learning that she carries a gene that makes it extremely likely that she'll develop breast cancer as well. Now, in a heartfelt article she wrote for the New York Times, the 37-year-old actress talked about her mother, who died of cancer at the age of 56. Now, before Angelina's procedure, doctors told her she had an 87% chance of developing cancer herself, and now it's only down to 5% because of her, of course, radical decision. But is this bold choice one that other women should consider? Joining us now more is Dr. Jeffrey Roth from Las Vegas. And Dr. Roth, this is something that is such a big issue because, you know, we know about self-exams, we know about mammograms, but this is really a preventative step that very courageous of her to share the story too.
Oh, absolutely. The op-ed piece in the New York Times I thought was very courageous and really shed light on this trend. It's a big trend and becoming more and more commonplace. These sorts of operations are up tenfold over a period of 10 years.
And you know what's so smart for her is that now her risk is under 5%, which is fantastic.
Absolutely. So with this treatment, which some may call aggressive, but in my mind really well thought out, and it's not for everyone, but for somebody with the mutation on the BRCA1 gene, with somebody in her family, her mom, having cancer, she was playing the numbers and said, look, it's not worth the risk, and let me go and get these things that may harbor cancer off, and oh, by the way, let's do reconstruction, and let's go ahead and make me look hopefully as good, in some cases better, than when we first started.
And you know, this is something that's very close to home for me. My mother is a breast cancer survivor, so is my aunt, two-time breast cancer survivor. So this gene test has come up many times in my family. The problem a lot of women face that Angelina doesn't is it's expensive, and the resources, I think it's $1,000 to $2,000 just to get the checked if you have the gene.
Right. Access to care has always been a problem here in the United States and throughout the world. And everybody shouldn't be running out and getting the testing. Basically, only 1% of females running around have this gene. Now, maybe 2% in Ashkenazi Jews and also Icelandic folks, Dutch, etc., etc. But basically, if you have multiple people in your family that have had breast cancer, the NIH has put out a list of what that might entail. We have it on our website on the blog. But basically, if you have multiple people in your family with breast cancer, or if you have a male in your family with breast cancer, remember 1% of breast cancer patients are male, then it might be a good idea for you to talk to your primary care physician, your OBGYN, your family practice doc, or your internal medicine doc, and see if you would be a candidate for that. So don't go run out and get screened right away. Go ahead, look at the criteria, and see if you should get screened.
And like you're saying real quickly, Christina Applegate, Angelina Jolie, a lot of these women, Cara DiAguardi, have been proactive in getting a double mastectomy, knowing their chance of cancer is so high, and you said the procedures now have greatly improved.
Oh, absolutely. As far as the procedure to take off the breast, now you can have a nipple-sparing or a skin-sparing mastectomy. That makes it easier for the reconstructive guys and gals to do their work. And the other thing that we talk about access. Recently, 70% of women surveyed who had breast cancer had no idea they could get reconstructed.
Wow.
And so,
paid for it too.
Well, yeah, and by law, it was a Nevada law. We were one of the first ones to have that on the books, followed by a federal law that insurance companies have to pay for breast reconstruction on both sides.
Fantastic.
So, yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah. So now New York has mandated that if you're going to go ahead and take a breast off, you have to talk about reconstructive options.
I love that. Well, I hope insurance can pay for the gene too, but look into that. And Dr. Roth, we so appreciate your time this morning and all the information, as you know, really Angelina's opening up a big conversation, and hopefully we'll save lives, Monica.
You know what? I could listen to Dr. Roth all day because I still have a lot of questions about it, but thank you so much for addressing the issue. All right, so we